Here's a couple 5687s on the pump here. Just a small diffusion pump and Welch pump, baked out, ready for tip-off. The filaments are lit, and you want to keep the filament on the tube you're not tipping off lit, so gas driven off during the tip-off process doesn't recondense. I'll go ahead and shut the lights off so you can see more what's going on. We're currently down on the -5 scale, which for this pump is about as good as it gets, although my gauge stopped working earlier, probably some sort of electrical fault. We'll figure that out later, but I'm guessing we're pretty good. And right now the filaments are being held at 9 volts, which is fairly typical for after the activation schedule, which goes up as high as 13 volts. Be held at this point until tip off. So let me shut the lights off, get my gloves on and the torch, and I'll tip this tube off, and hopefully I don't bugger it up here. I got the tripod in the way, so my arm will probably go in front of the camera several times, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the filament on this tube. Simply pull the clips off. Keep those somewhere out of the way. And I'm going to change the angle on the camera a bit here. Pick the tripod up and move it. There we go. Now here at home I primarily use hydrogen and a little micro torch tip. And I learned a little secret from Ronnie at MU about how to hold the tubes during this operation. And she told me to use, this is basically an oil lamp wick. So we want to have a relatively brushy flame. Or else if it's too hot, too much of a pinpoint, it will overheat the glass and break. So you want to heat very gently. Matter of fact, that's too hot. You want to heat very gently. Ordinarily I would be watching the pressure gauge to see if it doesn't spike, because the glass will off-gas a little bit during the heating. But considering the gauge appears to be now broken, there's no point. And just based on previous experience, it tells me it shouldn't be too bad. These are pretty well out-gassed. I let them sit for about an hour, which on little tubes like this is more than enough. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the tube, like so, and begin heating. And I want to try to heat them pretty close to the top, and the glass will begin softening. And it's sufficiently softened to pull it off the pump. Go down there, soften the flame a bit, and brush it lightly. Don't forget that side. Make sure it's sealed. Brush it lightly to anneal it. And then, after a few moments of that, we want to put it somewhere safe. I use some ceramic wool. Off to the side and let it cool, and then I'll go ahead and do the other one, and then later I'll attempt to show you the flashing procedure of the getter.